Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are talking about doing a model train layout in a confined space. Not everybody has the ability to have a huge basement with several rooms dedicated to model trains, or some people I've seen have actually built on rooms to their houses. So for the folks that just have parts of their basement available or parts of their room available, this video is for them. Give you some ideas on how to set up model train layouts in a confined space. And with me I have my cousin Chris. He's pretty much the inspiration behind my whole train thing. He got me started about 4 years ago by sending me a NASA engine set when I worked with NASA for a little while. So actually the Air Force and NASA is a long story. Anyway, he got me started on that, and we built the train table, and that's how these videos started going. So I kind of thank him for getting me started in trains, just like you thank your mom and dad for putting you here on this earth. So as always, thanks Chris for getting me started, and we get to take a look at his layout. You know, one day Chris will have probably a layout that kicks everybody's rear ends, but for now he's working out of a corner in his basement that I don't know, what size is this, Chris? About,
let's see, it's 5.5 feet by 1.5, and then it comes off another 3.5 for the turntable.
Yep. So we're going to just take a couple looks at how things work. Obviously the camera lady is out today, and my other camera folks are back in Omaha. So we're going to be taking a look at the layout. I'll be behind the camera and showing you some of the ideas that Chris put into his layout. And obviously his layout is under construction, but some of the ideas he put into it to save space and to incorporate his trains and turntable into that tight space that he has to fit into. So let's go ahead and take a look at his layout in closer detail. Okay, so the first thing you may notice is that there's a slit here in this side of the layout. This whole portion all the way to here, where you see that the corkboard kind of splits off, this is all a drop-in part. Now, panning back this way, if you look, that split actually has an LCD monitor in it, and that's for his computer. So down below here is his computer, and because of the space for his computer, you know, he had to kind of build that in. And as you look up the side here, you see that there's chains, and he can just take these chains, wrap them up, and they'll be on the ceiling instead of down here when he wants to use his computer. If he really is desperate, he could actually peek under here and still see all of his monitor and type if he, you know, feeling lazy, doesn't want to move the thing. But it's pretty cool because it has its own power district, as you see here. This switch right here powers it on and off.
Yeah, it does the front one here.
Oh, just the front front track there. But it's got its own power district. He's hooked it up through these alligator clips, or what are these clips called?
I think they're just automotive clips.
Automotive clips. I'm not up on the electronic stuff as much as I should be. But anyway, and then it powers on over to here. Now as we take a look over here, like I said, this layout is under construction. So we're just kind of taking a peek here. But looking around, you've got the turntable. And the turntable here, he's got, let's see, what is it, 7 stall tracks right now?
7 right now.
7 stall tracks. You can see some of his nice,
hopefully going to go all the way around
steam collection. You got, yeah, he wants to move more stall trucks towards the back where we've got some rolling stock and locomotives sitting now. But he's got 1218, 2191, 611 from Broadway Limited. He's got the 765 chassis steam special loco, American Freedom Train. 4449 in American Freedom Train, the other one's number 1. And 4449 in the daylight with a small lettering. And then he's got 1225 on the turntable right now. So for all you steam fans, eat your heart out. It'd be an understatement to say Chris loves steam. He loves Norfolk and Western, Norfolk Southern. That's his realm. That to him is like UP to me. So also back here you get a little bit of background where you can see he's got some levels or some area behind the board to park some rolling stock locomotives, and they kind of come out of there. And that's the thing about modeling in a small area. It kind of helps add some depth, you know, like there's something going on back there, and there is to a certain level, about a foot or so. But you know, just kind of helps with the process. So this isn't really a how-to video on modeling in small areas. It's more of just an example to show you how he does it. Now, a lot of people will say that model railroading, the switching is the funnest part. So Chris has that down quite well with lots of switches and a control panel he's been working on too, to handle all the switches. And if he'd say anything to you about control panels, it would be, if you're drilling in plexiglass, yeah, make sure you do some pilot holes, some very careful pilot holes, because plexiglass cracks very easily. Anyway, he's got a nice control board here for this, LED lit, but it's still in the works, you know. So it looks pretty good. It's nice to be able to control your switches without manually doing it the way I do, but my problem is I'm lazy, and if I do it, I know I got to tear it apart to move, so I just haven't gotten around to automatically doing it. Plus, I don't know how to, so maybe one day you'll see a how-to video on how to do that. Now we're going to go ahead and take 6051, and we're going to run it kind of across to the additional area here, just to show you kind of a cool little example of the running. So I'll get her powered back up. Now this is the Walder's DCC one, and I thought about getting this, but my wallet never told me yes, so. It's a really nice loco though. And he's also pulling a couple of the MTH Southern Pacific Lines cars. And Chris is one of the lucky people that has all 17 cars. Because now, if you want all 17 cars, you'll either have to pay some con artists on eBay a ridiculous amount of money, or wait for a rerun if it ever happens, or wait for Broadway Limited to get their junk together. Sorry for my tripod, folks. It's supposed to work smoother than that, but it's not. Now, if Chris wanted to get really crazy, he could put some pulleys in there and it could automatically up and just bring that up and drop, but it starts to become pricey. But yeah, he was checking that out. So anyway, this is just one example of how to model railroad in a small area. You know, the idea of him bringing this this computer monitor. Let's go ahead and take a under look here, just of the computer monitor and how you can really see the whole thing if you wanted to under this. You know, that was ingenious because it helps save him space. So it's really cool what he's done down here and maximize the amount of space he has, because after all, Mom has to get down here, his mom has to get down here and do laundry, his sister has to come down here and save the crickets. You know, it's a busy thing. She loves saving animals, even little bugs. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this gives you guys some ideas, those of you that are working with small spaces. And like I said, you know, if you're working with small spaces, the good thing is you can do a lot of switching, which is really a lot of fun in the model railroading thing. You know, running around in circles gets bored after a while unless you've got a ginormous layout, but switching never gets bored. Go pick up cargo, drop off rolling stock, things like that, especially if you've got the MTH ones with the proto couplers when they decide to work. You know, you can do a lot of cool things with switching. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel.